Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Here we go. Loan deal, obligation to buy, agreed between Manchester United and Chelsea. Sancho already said yes as he wants Chelsea. Deal now agreed. Man United accepted the proposal and the deal is now set to be signed. So Jadon Sancho will be joining Chelsea. Get your comments in below. What are your thoughts on this? My instant thoughts are, you're not going to Chelsea, you're not going to Chelsea, you're not going to Chelsea. That video, I've had a few clips in my life. That one, I think people like me enough that they will delete it. I think if I say, can we just delete that video and pretend it never happened, people will just go, you know what, to be fair, he has done a lot of streams and he's probably just a bit tired. Nah. What have we done? What have I done? Wow. I mean, I don't know I don't know whether this is a good thing. I think there's three things I would say here. And my opinion is we should never, ever be letting a 24-year-old go to a rival who doesn't like us and wants to prove us wrong. Because if we finish 5th and they finish 4th and he plays well, we've lost. We look like right mugs. I'm not going to change my opinion on that. But what I will say is there's three things you've got to take into account here, regardless of what you think. First of all, Sancho wants to go to Chelsea. Nowhere else. Second of all, Chelsea want Sancho. But those two things don't get Sancho to Chelsea unless Manchester United want it. And Manchester United are clearly so determined to get Jadon Sancho out of Manchester United that they'd be willing to let him to go to a rival that's fighting us for top 4. That is how much a problem Jadon Sancho has become for Manchester United. Because there is absolutely no way, when you look back through the last 20 years, when we sold Cristiano Ronaldo, would we have sold him to Chelsea? You know, when we sold David Beckham, would we have sold him to Arsenal? No, we wouldn't. We absolutely wouldn't. You know, in a couple of years' time, will we sell Garnacho to Man City? We won't do it. So it just shows you how much of a problem Sancho is to Manchester United, that they do not care that he's going to Chelsea. They will take the risk to remove the toxicity, the wage, because this is unprecedented. He is not 30 years of age. He's not injury prone. He has got his baggage. Of course he has. He's 24. And we are sending him to Chelsea. And look, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, top 3 done as far as I'm concerned. Top 4 is Champions League. Oh, it might be 5th. Well, it wasn't last year. Top 4 is Champions League. One spot, Man United, Chelsea, Spurs, Villa, Newcastle, and we've just given Chelsea Jadon Sancho. It's big. It's big. And, you know, if he was going to Juventus, or he was going to Dortmund, or he was going to PSG, I'd be dancing around saying, get out of my club. And I'm very, very happy. And I will also say, Starboy FC, Sancho FC, why don't you go with him? Because this is a guy that doesn't give a shit about this football club and has shown it time and time again. So I'm absolutely ecstatic that he's gone. Absolutely ecstatic that tomorrow morning we wake up and Sancho is not a Man United player anymore. Absolutely brilliant. But the Chelsea thing is a bit of concern. It has to be. But what did I say? What did I say earlier? The biggest risk in life is doing nothing. And maybe Man United just went, you know what? If we let him stay when we had an opportunity to let him go, will we regret it tomorrow? Will we regret it next week? Will we regret it next month? Because the toxicity is obviously so bad that, you know, he was moaning that he wasn't on the bench against Fulham. I think they've just looked at it and gone, we need to get rid of him. And also, in fairness to Ten Hag, he can quite comfortably sit there and say, this is not my problem. I didn't buy him. You know, INEOS, you've walked in and said, you want to get rid of him, fine. I walked in and he was here as well. I didn't buy Sancho. You know, I'll take the blame for Casemiro. I'll take the blame for Eriksen. I'll take the blame for anyone else I bought. But I didn't buy Sancho. I didn't buy him. I don't want him. I don't want to use him. And, You're in the same boat, so let's just get rid of him. And I think that is interesting. What I would also say is, as well, is I wish Scott McTominay all the best. I wish, I really, really do wish Scott McTominay all the best. With Jadon Sancho, if I speak, I do not wish him all the best at all, because he's going to fucking Chelsea for a start. But I don't wish him all the best. I think we spent 2 summers buying this player, 90% club. We wasted so much time on this player. And, you know, he never even said sorry for last season. I don't know what he'll say as he leaves Manchester United. You know, in fairness to Sancho FC, there are a lot of Man United fans who absolutely like him. And, you know, where's your thank you? You know, he's going to play for Chelsea. He's desperate to go and play for Chelsea. There is no respect for Manchester United at all. There never has been, and there never will be. You know, he's desperate to go and play for Chelsea. What Man United player is desperate to go and play for Chelsea? It's just, it's bad, good riddance at the end of the day. Good riddance. And the big thing that I'm surprised is why Chelsea want him. I mean, I think Chelsea, Nkunku, Cole Palmer, Madueke. I mean, I don't rate Mudryk, but I'm interested to see how Sancho's going to work out there. But we're cleaning house. We are cleaning house, and Sancho's a player now that, I mean, I don't care what we get. I really don't care what money we get for him. There's not a hell of a lot that needs to be said. And, you know, as Romano said, the reality is Sancho did not want to stay at United, and now he's playing for Chelsea. That's simply what it is. He doesn't respect Manchester United. He doesn't respect you. There was never any apology. And as somebody just said there, is there, you know, no place like Stones. Stones says, is there Di Maria vibes with him? Look, there is a risk. There is a risk here. We can't excuse or lie about it. There is a risk with Jadon Sancho. But regardless, Man United have taken that risk, and Jadon Sancho will go there. It does feel crazy to me. They are competing with us for top 4. And as I said before, Sancho can miss for the next 30 games. He just needs one good game and we look stupid. Like, if Sancho has one good game, we look stupid. He's playing in the Premier League, in the league that we're in, competing with us for top 4. If he plays shit for the next 3 months and we go, good riddance, but then at Christmas he suddenly starts playing well for a month, we'll look stupid. And he's still in the Premier League. But you know what? Every part of me says we shouldn't have done this deal. Because you should never send a player who's 24 with a point to prove to a rival. You should never do it. But then part of me goes, I don't know what Manchester United think. I really don't know what Man United think. I don't know what Man United know. And I'm trying to think of an analogy. I've done plenty over the years. But it's almost like I don't care. I don't care where you go or what you do. I just don't want you here anymore. And it's like having somebody work for you that on the outside everyone goes, but they're so talented. You know, why hasn't it worked? Is it your fault? But behind closed doors, you're like, oh. And then a competitor comes along and says, we'll take them off you. We'll get them. And then they go and everyone goes, why have you done that? Why have you done that? But then you know behind the scenes, they're poison. I don't care where they go and work. I don't care if they get paid more money. I don't care if they go and work at a better company. We will be better off without them. And that's what it feels like. It feels like they know something we don't know. We will be better without him, even if he's going to a competitor. We will be better without him. And maybe that's what we need to trust. Because from the outside, you look at it and you go, why would you do this? It's weird. But I think Man United obviously know something that we don't know. That they don't care what he does at Chelsea. Even if he cooks, we don't care. We will be better in the long term without him. Whatever he does at Chelsea, we will surpass it. Is that not quite exciting? That United feel, even if he goes to Chelsea and does well, we will do better than Chelsea. And hopefully that is what's going to happen, because all I wanted really was for the Jadon Sancho chapter to close at the end of this window. It has closed. Ideally, it wouldn't be with a Premier League club and it wouldn't be in the Premier League. But we've got to trust. We've got to trust. And some people will say this sounds really weird to be coming from you, Mark, because you never wanted INEOS in the first place. I didn't want INEOS in the first place because I didn't want the Glazers to stay and I didn't want the debt to stay. But this is probably the biggest trust exercise we've got as a fan base. We have to trust INEOS on this, because I don't agree with it. And a lot of you don't agree with it. But I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust them on this because it's such a big decision. And they've got to get it right. But I'm going to trust them. I'm going to trust them. Because that is what we have here. A big decision. There is no way getting rid of Jadon Sancho is a bad idea. There is an element of risk. But as I said, the worst thing you can do in life is nothing. The worst risk you can take is to do nothing. Because if you do nothing, the situation stays the same. And if you change it, it could be worse, but it could be better. Time to trust. Time to trust.